In podcast episode number 256, I asked you, what was that cookie for? And helped you to become aware of how you may be contributing to your dog's unwanted behavior. I'm going to help you best utilize all of your dog's favorite reinforcements to fix that unwanted behavior. So number one thing is you need to have that awareness of, yes, the things that you can help train your dog with, the foods that the dog loves, the toys that the dog loves, but also I think probably the most powerful thing is the dog being given the opportunity to choose. So permissions built into your dog training, super powerful. Permission to go and run with another dog, permission to go for a swim, permission to do the thing the dog loves the most. Access to those things, permissions and access, powerful reinforcements, but that also leads to your awareness of what are all those activities that your dog absolutely loves. I'm going to share with you a story from a dog trainer in the US who was using me as a consult with her business. She said, listen, I've got a problem with my own dog. Could you help me with that? And I said, sure. She said, I just preface this by saying I've had her to the veterinarian. They've done all kinds of tests and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And I'm going to say that is a very good first step. Anytime you have anything that looks like it could be a behavioral dog training problem, but it also might be a medical issue, make sure you get that medical issue checked out first. She said, but my dog wakes me up at 2:00 every single morning. Every single morning. I said, all right, well, you need to walk me through what happens. Well, she's only 9 months old and she was a border collie. I know that at 9 months old, maybe she doesn't have great bladder control. And yes, some puppies take a little longer to get great bladder control, but at 9 months old, they definitely should be sleeping through the night. I said, I need to know. You've got me curious. Every single night between 2 and 3. The dog gets her up and she takes her out into the backyard off leash. That's important. The dog has a pee. And then the dog starts bouncing off of her and seems like she has a lot of energy. So she plays frisbee with her for a few minutes until she seems tired. So she'll go back to sleep. Now, I think that's obvious why the dog's waking you up at 2:00 in the morning to have a pee. That's obvious to me, but clearly it wasn't obvious to this other professional dog trainer. And so I'm telling you that story because I want you as a pet owner to not feel bad if you have had some ahas about, my dog has been getting me to reinforce them. And also, I don't want you to think badly of your dog. It's not like your dogs are conniving. It's not like your dog is like, watch this, I'm going to get her to do what I want. Dogs are far more brilliant than we are at picking up patterns of reinforcement. So don't feel bad if you've created these patterns of reinforcement. It's a behavior chain. The thing before the thing, as I mentioned in podcast episode number 16, it's antecedent arrangements, as I mentioned in episode number 245. Knowing that will help you fix it. If you're a member of our Recallers program, there's a very high probability that you can go to one of the games or you can go to one of our extra programs we have on Pedicure Please. GAP is about accepting getting their nails cut. Or it could be in the Bring Me program if the gap is your dog's running off with a toy and not bringing it back. Or it could be in going through all the games if it is that the dog isn't coming when they're called in an environment that you expected. Number one, you're going to stop the reinforcement either through trumping it or stopping it. And remember, this is all about keeping your dog safe in many situations. Sometimes it's just nuisance, but training triage isn't something you're going to never do because sometimes things happen and we're surprised by it. We need to keep our dogs safe. So stop the reinforcement, number one. Number two, our dog's safe now. They're back with us. We can say out loud, that was training triage. Number three, we're going to ask, where was the reinforcement for the dog? And was there some reinforcement for me in there? Number four, where's the gap? Expectations and capabilities. And number five, what's your next step? Now, I mentioned recallers in there, and if you jump on my YouTube channel, there is so many different games that we have in there, but I look at recallers as fun university for dogs and their owners. That should be like, you have like letters after your name. I have a BSc. When you graduate for something, it should be like fun university for dogs. It's F.U.D, all right? And I believe that's why it's so effective, because it's games that the dogs love to play and the people love to play it.